Okay. Hi there. Good morning. This is Valerie Shinbaum from Body, Mind, and Balance, and I'm here with Mr. Mike Andrus at SafeDay Studios in Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania. And before I forget, here's his website, www.safedaystudio.com, or is it SafeDay Studios? SafeDaystudios.com. Mr. Mike Andrus, I have to put my glasses on to read this, is a first dan in Hona Abdo. He's a first dan in American Kenpo. He has a mixed martial arts style: Korean, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, where he's a blue belt, American boxing, Arnis, which is stick fighting, Okinawan, Sinukus Jiu-Jitsu, and small circle Jiu-Jitsu. Did I get that right?
That was great.
Okay. That's a lot of stuff. So we're here today at the studio, and you can see the sign behind me for SafeDay Studios, and here's a very cool refrigerator magnet for some self-promotion for your business. Mike and I are talking today about women and empowerment and defensiveness, but more about being in the moment, living with intent, being in the moment. I heard Mike speak at a luncheon a couple weeks ago, and I asked him to video with me because this is so important about balance and how women have to think about what they need to do to be more balanced, empowered, safe. So, when you are working with a group, what's the primary message that you're trying to send?
Well, the primary message for the women's self-defense seminars that I have, at any age specific, young woman, all the way up through however old, is really about confidence and awareness, not becoming a victim. And part of your awareness level is staying in the moment. Because so often women remove themselves from that moment. I can't do this, I can't do that, I don't want to do that. They need to stay focused, and there's some very simple things that are actually counterintuitive from the way that a woman is brought up that I teach. And it's all about staying in the moment and having balance. First thing is breathing and concentration. So doing things with intent like that, with concentration, allows you to stay in the moment and make a proper decision, rather than a rash decision or no decision at all that could be very harmful, if not deadly, in a situation.
Okay, that sounds good. Before we started filming, we were talking about a self-defense class that Mike has put together for junior high girls. And it's about self-defense at the mall, basically, although that's not what it's called. But the story that Mike was telling me was that a lot of the mothers wanted this self-defense class for their daughters because they were worried about their kids going to hang out at the mall, and yet they weren't staying to take the class. So what did you do?
Yeah, it was an interesting concept where you have a parent, a loving parent that wants to take the time and the effort to bring their daughter to this course to understand, public safety, what to do in case they have a problem or a friend has a problem. And it was interesting, and the mothers were dropping the daughters off, and they were leaving. So as I started to see this, I realized that how harmful that can be, and I wanted to empower the mothers to come in and hear the message. Because I needed them to hear the message instead of the daughter getting taught all of this information. Here's a strange man teaching these young girls whatever I'm saying, the topic of discussion for 2 or 3 hours, and the mother doesn't know that, and the daughter comes home and the mother says, "How was it?" and it's great, and she runs upstairs, rather than having the mother hear the content and work with their daughter on a daily basis to empower the daughters to understand and use and apply. I could give you anything. I could give you a tool, I could give you information. If you can't apply it, it's not useful. So we all know about application.
And if it's also encouraged and reinforced.
Absolutely.
So one of the things we were talking about earlier is how important it is for daughters to be supported by their mothers. And so if we want to teach our daughters to be more balanced, to be more empowered as women, we have to start with the mothers of these daughters, don't we?
I think we do, and it goes back to when you heard me talk about the message that culture is sending for young women, whether it be 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago. Make eye contact, be engaging, looking for a suitor. Whatever the concept was, it is a concept where it does not give a woman the confidence to make eye contact when needed and make decisions like that. And I think it's confusing with the way the environment is today and the way the world is changing. It's a tough thing to be able to handle that, and we're just trying to give women the tools to be able to better handle that.
And yet, for the first time in our history of this government, we finally had a woman run for a presidential nominee spot.
Right.
You know, that was pretty exciting.
Yeah, that was cool.
And now John McCain has chosen a woman to be his running mate.
Yes.
So we'll see how that's going to go. So this is a pretty exciting
That's
time
awesome.
for women. Yeah, it is. Any other suggestions or tips that you have for women that you can share about being in balance, being in the moment, living with intent, and
Yeah,
being protected?
I think it's all about awareness, and whether it be a man or woman, you know, we all are taught to walk around with the green light on. Right? So the green light, the sunny day, the birds are shining. It doesn't mean you can't do that, but knowing your surroundings, who's around you, who's beside you, and it's the way you present yourself, how you dress. Dress appropriately, speak appropriately, engage appropriately. Most of these horrific problems happen because of the element of surprise. So part of the thing we teach is how to handle the element of surprise. Element of surprise could be darkness, right? It could be deceit, right? It's not everybody that's going to come up and attack you is going to be an honest person.
They're not going to walk up to you and say, "Hi, can I attack you now? Thank you."
So it's counterintuitive because we think everybody is honest and open and caring, and the bluebirds are singing. And what you need to do is have that mental edge and have that awareness and that staying in the moment, looking at your surrounding, focus on what happens, and if something does happen, you can escape or protect yourself.
Right.
So that's some of the things that we instill, empower women, is to even understand how to escape successfully, but you have to stay in the game to be able to understand that,
Right.
or it could be dire consequences.
All right. Well, I have been sitting here talking to Mike Andrus today. That's Mr. Mike Andrus. And again, the website is www.safedaystudios.com. I'm Valerie Schinbaum from Body, Mind, and Balance. Thanks for watching. See you soon.